Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So earlier this morning GW dropped the World Champion Warhammer previews, and in that we had a massive preview for Grand Cathay, and there's a lot to talk about here. So grab a brew, get comfortable, hit that subscribe button and help me get to 5,000 subscribers, like and share the video and all of that good stuff. Most importantly, get comfortable, because we've got a lot to talk about the future of Grand Cathay. Yes, Grand Cathay have been given a massive second wave. We kind of knew it was coming. They've teased it this week. It's been absolutely amazing. For me, it was the highlight of the previews. I've just done a live stream for all of the stuff that was shown. Obviously, I was in work last night, so I couldn't do it live with you glorious people, but there are a lot of things in there regarding the Cathay that I wanted to do a separate video on, because I am a massive Cathay player, and Warhammer the Old World is one of the main things that this channel focuses on. So what am I talking about? Well, this. So we have a lot of really cool shit coming. First things first, we have a hero that is now on foot or on a horsey, also with a Crowman familiar, which for me steals the show. Crowman unit in the future, yes, Games Workshop, make that happen. But this is a massive, massive addition to the army. So if you are new to Grand Cathay, right now our army only really has two wizards. We have the Shigengan Lord, which is a 200 plus, nearly 350 point model, depending on how many points you sink into it. That can be a level 3 or level 4 caster, which is a monstrous creature that has very limited movement because it is a monstrous creature, and can't join units because it is a monstrous creature, and isn't really great in fighting, and isn't really great in casting, and it's not great. And if you don't want to take two of them, you're then kind of limited to Mao Ying, who's a really big dragon at 480 points, who's incredibly hard to play because of her way her dragon and transforming rules work. I've done a separate video on Mao Ying, you can find that up on the channel. But yes, our magic for an army that is meant to be magically infused by dragons is very limited right now. This model is going to change that. Why? Because it's a model that can come on foot or mounted on a horsey, which means you can have them running around the battlefield on their own or joining units. And that is amazing. So really, really excited that we're getting this character added to the roster. So the Celestial Court is where the study of magic is conducted in Grand Cathay. It's the place to go for those who want to learn the mystical ways of the dragon. Contains countless texts written by the immortal lords over many centuries. Astronomicers are the primary wizards of Grand Cathay. Finally, are able to perform powerful incantations and rituals thanks to the slowing of the winds of magic by the mechanics of the celestial dragon. Now, I'm wondering if that is a hint at how this is going to work in regards to the unit as a whole. Slowing the winds of magic. There are a little bit more teasers later on in regards to how Cathay are going to work in the future. So we're going to talk about that when we get to it, in regards to the army special rules. But I'm wondering if this guy is going to have a rule that allows them to mess around with the winds of magic. Who knows? And I wonder if that's going to tie into the elemental winds as well, which is the turn that you do on the beginning of a round, and then it changes it from yang to yin. So very interesting model as is, and also comes with some really cool options. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely love it. I'm so in love right now. So happy. Cannot wait to get two and paint them. But that's not all. We have a new unit, Crane Gunners. In my predictions video and in the live stream talking about it, I thought we might get the Naungao Grenadiers. Or the Iron Hail Gunners. We are getting the Iron Hail Gunners. We're going to talk about them in a second. But we're also getting these guys, Crane Gunners. This is really good because this is going to take the pressure off Cathay players from bringing balloons. It also means that we're now going to get a lot more list variety in regards to what we're bringing in our armies, and we're not going to be reliant on those balloons anymore. So that is really good. It means that it's also cheaper, essentially, because you're not buying a £100 model. Well, yeah, they are. I think the balloons are like 98 quid. So it's going to be a little bit cheaper to bring a little bit of firepower to your army. Plus, they look absolutely amazing. They really look amazing. And if you're an Age of Sigmar Cities of Sigmar player, you're probably going to want these as your Fusiliers if you've gone down that Chinese theme for your Cities army. So all really good. Personally, I think these guys are probably going to have about a 24-inch range, potentially up to 36-inch range. I think they're going to be probably strength 4 or strength 5 and at least -1 AP. And I think they're going to have some form of rule that will give them a little bit of defensive in nature because of those great big shields that they hide behind. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't ignore AP or they've got something that makes them quite janky. I think these are going to be the new hotness for the army, and you're going to see more of these than balloons in the future. But not only that, we have these, the Iron Hill Gunners. These guys slap dick in Total War 3. They are amazing. Basically, I think these are going to be a 12-inch range, absolute blunderbuss shotgun to your face. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have a flamer template version of their weapons if you sort of charge them. And I think these are going to slap hard. I think these are going to be our close range, absolute balls to the wall unit. And they look amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'm all here for it. Absolutely can't wait for them. So yeah, we're getting these as well. And then that's not all. We're also getting peasants. Who thought we would get peasants in our second wave? Not this guy. But we are getting peasants. It's a dual kit. You can make them with spears or with archers. Again, more shooting in the army. But most importantly, cheap chaff infantry for board control as well, which is really good. I'm going to say this now. I reckon these guys are going to be better than men-at-arms and peasants from Bretonnians, and they're probably going to be the same amount of points. So I wouldn't be surprised if these guys are not 4 or 5 points per model, and they're going to be dirt cheap, and you're going to basically have a big block of them, and you're going to basically be able to hold the ground and have a good time. Cassie is sitting in the corner dreaming about these peasant levies because you can hear her now in the background. She's loving it. But that's not all. We're also getting a reinforcement battalion box with all of the new stuff as per standard for GW. So if you are a Cathay player and wanting to get everything and add it to your army, this is the box to get. I will definitely be getting this box and adding it to my army. But obviously, we've got a lot of new units. We've got a lot of new things. So we need a new Arcane Journal. And we are getting that. And the Arcane Journal, Breaching of the Great Bastion, is where some of the biggest changes to the Grand Cathay is going to be happening. This book is a major game changer in regards to how the army is going to operate. Let me elaborate on that. So in the book, you get your 48-page supplement as per usual, and it also documents the Mounting Shadow of Chaos. I think this is a kind of prelude to the Chaos Assault against the Grand Bastion itself, and it kind of ties Bastion into the Bastion into the overriding arcing story arc, especially when it comes up to Azavar Kull and the Great War Against Chaos. It means that they're not only going to be coming down into Kislev and hitting the northern shore of the Empire, but they're also going to be smashing into Cathay as well. So it kind of brings Cathay very much into that major conflict as well. So it's pretty good. But that isn't what this I want to talk about. It's this sentence right here. So in this battle, in this Arcane Journal, we are going to be getting a new Grand Cathay army list that replaces the original. What does that mean? That means that the one that's in this Arcane Journal, the original Arcane Journal, is being replaced. And if you don't know what that is basically your army composition. This. Now, there are other changes in regards to this book as well as we continue reading. Obviously, we're going to get a new Army of Infamy, Warriors of Wind in the Field. That's probably going to be built around the new units, the Peasants, the Crane Gunners, the Iron Hail Gunners, and everything else. I would imagine that's probably very much like the picture below, going to be a combined arms between the professional army and the peasantry to represent the Grand Bastion as a whole. But that isn't the main thing that you're going to want this book for. Not only is it mainly for the new army construction, but in the back of the book we have special rules. So in the back of this book we have special rules. We have 3 of them. We have Celestial Forged Armor, Mastery of the Elemental Winds, and Will of the Dragon. Now, as it says in the article, plus rules for Celestial Forged Armor, Mastery of Elemental Winds, and the Will of the Dragon. Now, what that basically means is we are getting new rules for our army. I have a feeling that the rules that are in this one, the 3 main special rules, are going to be getting changed. Either toned down or buffed slightly. We will have to see once we get the book. But that's a major change on how it works. Regarding the army composition itself, obviously it's going to be bringing in the levies as well as the 2 new units. So that kind of needs to be done. But I think that the Grand Army is going to be a very big departure from the Jade Fleet. The Jade Fleet isn't changing, and I think the new army list is going to be radically different from the Jade Fleet. Obviously, the Crane Gunners, the Crane Gunners, the Iron Hail Gunners, and the Peasantry, and the new Wizard aren't going to be in the Jade Fleet. It's basically going to be around about the Jade Warriors and the Balloons. But I've got a feeling that the new army construction will limit balloons in a very big way. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they do that. But I think this is how they're going to address balloons, or at least character spam of balloons. And I think this is going to be done in the new army. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with our 3 new main rules. If it's also going to affect the elemental winds, the yin and yang rule that we do at the beginning of the turn. But yeah, it's really big. Hence the reason why I'm doing a video separately on it. So as soon as I got my hands on the book, or as soon as it's leaked and I've got my hands on the information, I'll do a deep dive and look at it and see exactly what that means for our Cathay army as a whole. But this is a massive change. And it's something that nobody knew was coming. We've always expected a second wave for Grand Cathay, but we never expected it this close. So, and an actual major army and major rule changes on how the army works is also a really big thing as well. So yeah, as a Cathay player, I'm all here for it. I just want my opponents to have fun playing me. I don't want them to be absolutely screwed over by 2 balloons. But I'd be interested to see what other changes they're going to make. Bearing in mind that the Cathay haven't had an FAQ yet. When do I think all of this is going to be out? I think it's going to be out before Christmas. I wouldn't be surprised if this stuff isn't out before Christmas. If not early, at least January time. Because I think they're going to want this out because of the massive changes it is going to have on how Cathay operate from this day forward. So yeah, massively super stoked for it. Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think the new Celestial Armor rule is going to be? The new Will of the Dragon is going to be, and the new Elemental Winds, Mastery of Elemental Winds is going to be. Let me know what you think, how that's going to change. And what do you think the new army composition is going to be? I'd love to know in the comments below. And while you're there, hit the like and the share button and share it with your friends and your gaming groups. But most importantly, hit that subscribe button and help me get to 5,000 subscribers so I can do my big giveaway and give one of you lucky people a big box of models or a gaming voucher of your choice. Alright, so that's the video, everybody. Thought I'd just do a video regardless of and everything else. I have done a live stream. You can go and check that out now if you want. It's up on the channel now, looking at the reactions about all the previews from the show last night. So you can go and check that out if you want. But enjoy. And I will be coming back with more content for Warhammer the Old World very soon.